Let's bring in ABC News national security and defense analyst Mick Mulroy, along with ABC News contributor and former senior CIA field operative Darrell Blocker for more on this. Mick, you have said that this exchange came from a separate diplomatic channel between the U.S. and Russia versus the negotiators trying to end this conflict in Ukraine. So how exactly does that work? How do you decide who negotiates what deal?
So, Kira, since about 2015, we've had a special envoy for hostage affairs inside the State Department, and they are primarily responsible for recovering Americans that are held unjustly overseas. Hence, that's why it's called the hostage situation, because largely these charges are completely fabricated, and it's essentially just the taking of a person by a foreign state. And so they are primarily responsible for this, and their negotiations continue regardless of what's going on a larger scale diplomatic exchange between two countries. So it is important that we still have this means to communicate, and this indicates that at least in this case, it worked.
So, Darrell, of course, the belief is that Russia fabricated these charges against Trevor Reed in order to use him as a bargaining chip. So did it work? And could we see this happen again?
It did work for more than 900 days, and absolutely every American who's traveling into or is currently in Russia needs to consider the fact that they could be the next Ms. Griner or Mr. Whelan or Mr. Reed.
So Vladimir Putin, while, dealing with the various negotiations, whether it's with a prisoner swap or trying to end this conflict in Ukraine, Putin is now again talking about using nukes. He's used that threat before. He's doing it again. He'll say if the need arises, indeed, he will do it. Now, so far, we haven't seen any evidence of that, but he does continue the saber rattling. So I guess, Mick, what does the Pentagon do at this point?
So, Kara, it is completely irresponsible to continuously talk about nuclear war. Nuclear war would be obviously a terrible thing for everybody involved, and there would be no winners. That being said, I think it indicates that President Putin has lost confidence in his conventional military capability. That's one thing that you can definitely see that we did wrong in this is we overestimated the Russian capabilities, and now it's on full display. So that might be why he continuously reminds the world that he has an extensive nuclear arsenal, which he does. But it doesn't make sense that is where he goes to if the U.S. or NATO interferes in his invasion of a sovereign country. So I think the Pentagon looks at the facts, not so much at the rhetoric, but is always prepared no matter what President Putin might decide to do.
So, Darrell, the Pentagon also says at least half of the 90 howitzers that the U.S. is supplying to Ukraine have arrived, finally. But Russia has made it clear that weapons and supplies like these are legitimate targets. So how are these types of shipments protected?
I'm fairly certain that most of the shipments are coming in air to other countries and being driven in. They're absolutely going to be the top targets, hitting railroads, hitting supply depots, hitting anything that's resupplying the Ukrainians as they're being resupplied is just sound military strategy. The howitzers will be a game changer. So, of course, that's going to be moved to the top of the list in terms of the targeting. The actual militarily sustainable and viable targets are military and not civilians trying to extricate themselves from the danger zones.
Stay tuned. A lot more to talk about. Mick Mulroy, Darrell Blocker. Thanks, gentlemen.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.